So what do you get when you combine 5 Brits, an American, and the Middle Ages? Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry and today I'm going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite comedies, 1975's Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is, conveniently enough, available on Netflix right now. Now I'm guessing that probably the majority of you who are watching this video came here because you're big Monty Python fans, you're big Holy Grail fans, you've probably seen it many times and you can probably quote it backwards and forwards. So my purpose is only partially to review the movie, a little bit more to celebrate it, but I also have kind of an ulterior motive as well that I'll get to in a second. So for anybody who needs catching up or if anybody who isn't familiar with the movie, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is essentially a parody of the Middle Ages, and it's from a comedy group mainly from Britain. There are 5 guys from Britain and 1 from America, and they worked together from the late 60s throughout the 70s into the 1980s a bit, and then off and on here and there. They're called Monty Python, and they are what a lot of people think of as the comedy equivalent of the Beatles. That's really probably the best way to put it. Now, you've probably seen a lot of these guys and stuff in the years since. People like John Cleese and Eric Idle pop up all over the place. And you've probably seen some of Terry Gilliam's movies here and there. Terry Jones, another member of the group, actually just passed away recently. With Holy Grail, they just do a parody send-up of the Middle Ages, and it's all set in England. It's based around the story of King Arthur and his knights. And essentially what happens is the Monty Python guys play a whole bunch of different characters. Graham Chapman plays King Arthur, John Cleese plays Lancelot, Michael Palin plays, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting who he played. Not Bedivere, that's Terry Jones. Terry Gilliam was the guy banging the coconuts together. Who did Michael Palin play? Sir something. Eric Idle was Sir Robin, the brave Sir Robin. Anyway, all kinds of characters, and they play their main character, but then they also play lots of peripheral characters, which is usually the way that Monty Python handled things. And essentially the movie is about an hour and a half worth of individual sketches that more or less line up into a plot, and we'll talk about that as well. But the idea is to make fun of history, to make fun of British culture, both contemporary and historical, and it's really just a riot. And like I said, most of us, we're all very well familiar with it. We all know about the Black Knight, we all know about the Killer Rabbit, we all know about the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow. So we don't have to worry about all that. It's hilarious, it's 4 stars out of 4, it's one of my favorite comedies ever. Now, in saying it's 4 stars out of 4, the only criticism I might allow, and I think this is kind of getting to the point of what I want to do with this video, but there is a little bit of feeling like the ending is abrupt. Like if you're watching it with somebody for the first time, they're going to be taken aback and they usually kind of react poorly, just thinking, what the heck happened? I'm not going to give it away for the sake of anybody who is watching this and hasn't seen the movie, but it ends in a way that is abrupt if you're not ready for it, but is very Monty Python if you're accustomed to them. And what I'm getting at here is that I want to celebrate Holy Grail and encourage you to go see it. But I also, for those of you who have seen Holy Grail but haven't seen any of their other work, I really want to encourage you to check out Monty Python's Flying Circus, which is the TV show that the movie and their other movies all sprang from. Because these guys started out as basically as a variety show, lots of sketch comedy. It was all pre-taped. It wasn't live like Saturday Night Live, which came out a little bit later in the 70s. It was aired on the BBC. They were individually filmed sketches, and a lot of times the live action sketches were patched together with animation from Terry Gilliam. And the reason I'm saying this is because it seems like I come across a lot of people who have seen Holy Grail and can quote it, but have never actually seen the Flying Circus. If you have not watched the Flying Circus, please do so. Now, I'll allow that it's a little bit more hit and miss. Just like when you go back and watch old episodes of Saturday Night Live instead of just the best of collections, you kind of realize that, you know, not all the sketches really hit all the time. And it's the same thing with Flying Circus. Part of it is just because some are funnier than others. And I think a lot of it also too is that a lot of the sketches were actually targeted for very specific things that were happening at the time, which are not going to make as much sense to a contemporary audience out of context. However, a lot of the same, the wit, the humor, the irreverence, the craziness, the off-the-wallness, it's all there. And again, if you're familiar with Monty Python, you know that they just have an amazing way of being silly and intelligent at the same time. And it's something that I particularly enjoyed. One of the things that I'm so grateful for, and if I can catch you in time, this is another function of this video I want. But I was lucky enough to see Holy Grail and to see Flying Circus before it kind of became popular with my friends, which is not to make me sound cool or I'm all hip and hipster and all that kind of thing. The benefit is that I was able to watch Holy Grail before everybody started quoting it at school. Because that's actually kind of what ruined Princess Bride for me. Is by the time I saw Princess Bride, my friends had been quoting it ad nauseum for years, and I didn't enjoy it that much. Holy Grail, I was able to see without people talking about flesh wounds and unladen swallows and all that kind of thing. And so you'll notice I'm going to spare you guys any of my bad British accents here. See it for yourself for the first time. And again, if you've already seen Holy Grail but haven't seen Flying Circus, please go do so. The content for those interested is, Holy Grail is rated PG, probably be more of a PG-13 nowadays, mostly just for some comic violence and some suggestive behavior and some profanity. If you watch the Flying Circus show, there is a little bit of nudity here and there, as well as kind of the language and the comic violence for sure. But it's pretty much for the most part, it's going to be in PG-13 territory. So again, for Holy Grail, I'm going 4 stars out of 4, but really my purpose is not just to review Holy Grail. It's to encourage you to enjoy the greater Monty Python canon, which largely is still available on Netflix. Sounds like a Netflix ad, doesn't it? But anyway, it's there, it's convenient, enjoy it. So what's your favorite scene in Holy Grail? Thanks for taking the time to watch the video today. Again, my name is Josh Terry. This is Movie Reviews by Josh. Please subscribe on your way out and keep notifications on, and we'll see you next time.